Alright, and welcome to this channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome for the first time if you haven't been here before. This is Temierus, and today I'm trying out Realm Royale. It's alpha. At least unlike the other alpha battle royale game that I played earlier this week, this one's free, so it's less me having a concern over how it's doing early access stuff, because generally I don't typically care for the concept of doing your early access game, especially when charging for money when you're only in an alpha state rather than a beta state. Now, this has been out for a while, and this series normally does like brand spanking new games on Steam to see if they're all worth it. So why am I doing this? Well, the Warlord edition of Chapter Approved 2017, which I haven't bought yet, finally came back out, so I had to grab one of those. I still need a pair of Carnifexes to replace the Screamer Killers that I got from eBay that I thought I'd be able to strip paint off of, but I'm pretty sure I can't strip the paint off of it because it's some weird, unholy abomination of paint that's coated on those two guys. And Kill Team's coming out next week, and Anvil has a bunch of their Space Marine or totally not Space Marine bits on last chance to buys. It's as soon as the stock's gone, it's gone for good. So everybody wants to take my money, and Gen Con's coming up and I need to save money, so I'm pinching the pennies for these videos. We're all just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna just keep on rambling if I don't click this play button, and we'll go ahead and click solo so I can die immediately, and you can all laugh at me and leave comments to say that I am absolute total garbage at these games, but you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine, because that at least means that there's community interaction, and that's what I'm looking for. Not to be amazing at a game, just to have people in a community doing things. That may be a weird mindset, but it's the mindset I have. Now, earlier when I did a test record, I used their deathmatch mode, which they said was a training ground, which wasn't structured in the way I was hoping it'd be. It took a little while to get in, so this may take a little while to get in. Okay, so I managed to find a lobby. It actually did not take as long as I thought it would. And from what I know of this game is that what you're looking at here is it's Battle Royale in a similar vein art style as Fortnite. By that meaning it's more cartoonish than like a Players Unknown Battlegrounds that's trying to look more like real life. Cheaply bought real life, but real life. And I tried out this hunter one. I was assuming that the larger image on there is like a weapon you start with. I never got a bow, so I'm not sure what that's about. It's very informative. I will say it's very informative when you're in a class-based game where everybody has special abilities, and rather than tell you the special abilities, they just show a picture. I don't yet know what any ability does in this damn game. The hell, when I was playing around that deathmatch, I basically didn't even know what the abilities I had did either. So there's no text, but it's an alpha. Maybe they can fix that. They really should. And I'm gonna jump like right here at the last moment, because I don't like starting near people. This is more of what we've seen from the two giants of Battlegrounds, where it's not trying to be quick 5-second matches like the one I tried earlier, which had its own appeal. And that one was, even when you go to these outskirts, you still very quickly got to the game. It was a very brief gather materials period, and then you just got back to the game, which had its own merit. There's no sprint. Your only ability to move faster is to conjure a horse. Because, well, you can have a horse, why not? 80 players remaining. There are a lot of people in this. Yeah, there's a lot that I'm coming in here without the information of. You find your loot in these boxes here. And here's this kind of gun. I don't know what it's like. It looks very odd, I can tell you that. Flare. I don't know what that does. I don't know if there's a way to have text. I think I just gotta use it. throw flare. Don't know how it's gonna help me. Maybe it will. There's also the armor bits that you pick up, and this is one thing that, well, I guess potentially they can change, but I would like to see something more come out of is when I'm picking up these armor bits, can I see something change on me visually? Okay, it's a magic crossbow. That's why it gets to work that way. Now it said this fog thing was happening, but I don't see it. The fog, of course, being the field of death that closes in. It's a battle royale. We probably all know what it's about by now, I would hope. I'd assume. Because I need to call up a horse so I can move with any meaningful amount of gains along this terrain. Alright, there's people shooting at each other. Now, I will say a thing I've noticed is the sound design in the game really is not the greatest right now. See, the Islands of Nine that I played earlier in the week, that had, though the guns sounded satisfying in like a training area, it had the problem of trying to listen for a gunfight. Everything sounded very quiet and very far away, even when they were relatively close. This one, all the sound effects have the opposite problem. They are loud, booming. You can hear them from miles. So getting the distance on how far away things are is a bit of a challenge. There's also a thing of what happens when you get knocked down that has a sound issue, and I'm sure that's gonna happen to me. And when that happens, I will we'll address that. I assume this person is going to come to this area because you basically break down the items that you find that you don't want or can't equip, because that's how you find your hero abilities. And then you make items out of them at these forges, so I'm assuming he wants the forge. It sounds like they are right next to me, but I don't think they are. Where am I supposed to go? It's tab for the map. Oh, I'm already in the place I need to be. Okay. Use that ability, because I don't know what it does. I see what it does. That's pretty helpful. Alright, there we go. Got a kill. So I can get a chicken trophy. I don't know why I need it or why I want it. I just kind of know I do. I think I'll just swap out this crossbow for the assault rifle. We'll see how that goes. Just take that. I already have a helmet. I can't break this stuff down anymore. So I guess we'll go over here and we will maybe make some things. Make me a weapon. It will take 1 minute. This is the first time I've made anything in this game. That seems like an awfully long time. Can't quickly run over here and break down these items that I got from that guy that I killed, though. I'm honestly shocked I'm not dead. So you have to excuse me if it sounds like I'm not sure what to do, because I'm not sure what to do, because I should be dead by now. Oh man, there are 20 players and I am among them. This is weird. What do we get? A better version of the gun I looted off the guy. I'll take it. Not sure what makes it so special, but it is special. Okay, how about we make armor? I don't know what that fanfare was about. The fog is preparing to converge. I am still safe. Man, I really lucked out on where I decided to drop in, didn't I? Okay, so I just realized that I can actually make multiple things at the same time. I was not aware of this. Just realized it's not really much of an animation for drinking a potion now, is it? Okay, right there was the thing that I was referring to. The sound is, and I'm getting it a little bit here, but I have my headphones turned up for this because, well, when nobody's around, the game is super quiet. So you kind of have the quiet, you want to have the volume up so you can hear the loud, thunderous booms of their echoing footsteps, as though they're made of solid metal. I don't know who this person is, but we're following them. You get to see gameplay off of somebody that's competent in these games. But so I have it up there, and then when you get knocked down, killed, not fully killed, damaged, whatever you want to call it, you get that weird little chicken thing, and oh my Jesus, that music is like, the very first time I heard it, I'm like, that's kind of amusing. And then after like 2 seconds, this is obnoxiously, obscenely loud. This has no reason to be this noisy in a game that's quiet everywhere else. At least that's kind of what I think. Alright, so we're back in it. I'm trying out this engineer man that they have in the game. He places things. That's his shtick. So he can place things. Also starts default with a big super jump, where in the animation it seems like he's completely unaware of the fact that he's ascending upwards until a little bit later into it. So that's kind of fun. It's got a little healing totem and a bubble shield that lasts for all of like 2 bullets. See? Barely exist. Let's make armor and health potions, since nobody's around, so I could just do that. Decided to start here in a little Christmas village, though not the town of Christmas, because I can tell lies. See, like I can state to all of you, I believe that Electronic Arts is a completely legitimate company that never does anything wrong and does not absorb smaller studios and cause them to completely just implode in realms of just being generally terrible. Oh, I got one person. There was another guy. Got some headshots. I feel like I'm not doing super shit terrible, and that scares the hell out of me. I'm gonna take my stuff. And if he's not gonna come at me, then I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of this. Got him! Alright, I need to go get him before he respawns from chicken mode. There we go. Alright. I've killed 2 people. I'm terrified. I'm terrified at my ability to actually do stuff. Oh, I'm at maximum. That ain't good. Alright, was able to manage to craft up an orange assault rifle. Again, not sure why it's better. I just assume it is because, you know, kind of the MMORPG logic of how items work. We still have only killed those 2 people, but there's now 16 left, and I am again among them. And I'm going to state it as I'm like just really super pro at these kinds of games, and not that I have a completely standoffish style of approach to this and try to avoid contact with people as long as goddamn possible. Yeah. Couldn't possibly be because of that. Man, I've just been seeing those videos for that new kill team, and it looks like it is going to be fun. Just can't decide who I want, what faction I want to build first. I mean, I have almost every 40k faction in some capacity now. The only things I don't have are Chaos Space Marines, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, and Dark Eldar. That's it. Okay, it's getting intense. We're all using our jumps here. I didn't manage to get him. I hurt him a lot though, so I'll just take that. That's all if he didn't have the crazy armor. See, that was one thing I liked about that other one I tried, is I can at least see how close to death they were. I have no idea how close to death this guy was. He is glitching out like crazy there now. Alright. I don't know why it's doing such horrible, oh, you're such a failure music. I thought I did amazing for what I was expecting to get out of this. Alright, so now that we're waiting, I'm just going to do a deathmatch thing because it just respawns, so we can just end with some shooting at people, hopefully. But there's obviously monetization, and it is a free game. So over here we have the currency of crowns, and a crown is essentially worth a cent. I have no idea how much the crown converts for an actual item though, because when I go to the shop there's not anything. The only thing there is you can get a horse skin, a chicken skin, a pose, a spray, and an avatar. Those 5 items for $15. Personally, I think that is way too much money. Personally. Alright, so we're now in this skirmish thing. I unfortunately wasn't thinking and have lost the footage of me quickly killing somebody as we were retreating through the wall of doom to get into the actual play area. I was able to kill them pretty fast and then had a nice little sort of intense fight with another person there. Of which I then found out that the abilities on this person don't seem as useful as they could be. But that could also just be me. I can, however, fly. So I can be a nice fairy. The biggest thing that has been of interest to me though when I got this character and I immediately grabbed is the ponytail there. We have hair physics these days. It's something we take for granted now. But the entire ponytail is one single object, it seems. So it almost seems like it's not even physics enabled. It's just one thing that just follows the animations you're doing. You can tell it's actually physics enabled when you're actually falling. But when you were just in the start area and just move around, it can almost seem like, yes, it is just tied to one of your bones and animates on that, rather than being physics enabled. And that was, you know, distracting, to say the least. So like I say, we are now in Chinatown. And all these things are less useful than the things I have. That's always useful. I can't do anything with that now. I have to actually craft items. And now I just need to find people, because the whole point of this one is to just kill people. And if I can't find people, then I cannot kill them. Okay. They are, in fact, in the general vicinity of here. As soon as I just figure out where here actually is. I heard somebody's clodhoppers there. Well, got stuck in a tree. I have yet to see what happens when you actually respawn as the chicken thing. You're not near the ground! You confused person! You are nowhere near the ground. What are you doing? Just, what are you doing in general? Why you doing this? Why you be like this? There you go. Okay, well I think I have enough clips to at least look at the game and have an idea on whether one may be entertained by it or not. I don't know. I can kind of go either way on it right now. Probably help if it wasn't, you know, an alpha state right now, but it is. And we're just gonna have to deal with that. So, I assume he has, like, a dash that can kill you is what happened there. That did happen before, where it just seemed like I was at above half health, was behind the wall, there was only one other person. I could tell they were on the other side of the wall, so we weren't able to interact with each other. And then I just kind of exploded. No real idea why. There wasn't any effects or anything around, I just kind of blew up. But for all I know, it could be an ability, and I have no idea what the ability is, because one thing that's uniform with this game is it doesn't like explaining things. That is actually a really big beef that I have that a lot of games are doing more and more, and is annoying the hell out of me. Is I was honestly thinking that when I got into this game, when it first had this elimination, said, oh, it's the training grounds, that I'd be able to get in there, and as soon as it was saying, oh, we gotta find a match, I'm like, wait, why the hell do you have to find a match? Because I assumed it was gonna be like, I'm getting in the Islands of Nine game, where it's just a little shooting range, so it's like, okay, I can just grab the classes, see what their abilities does, bingo bango, we're done, move on with our day. But no, it's this thing where you have to find a match. If you want to learn how the game works, you have links that you can click on actually in the game itself. But all those links are going to do are not explain in the game what you're doing in the game. They will open up your default internet browser and play a YouTube video of them explaining the game. It's like, why can that not just be in the goddamn game? I'm getting really fed up with games that can't put inside of the game how to play the goddamn game. There's a part of me that's almost just like, okay, you won't even take the time to respect my time to tell me how your game works when I'm playing your game. Why should I be trying? I'm pretty sure I made that wall, but I guess I didn't. It's actually a really big issue that comes up with the 4X strategy games, is they just don't explain shit in their games, and it's like the genre is struggling for a player base because these games are just going, oh, you just need to know how the game works to be able to join in. Which is frustrating. Well, that was a little tangential rant, but yeah, it's Realm Royale, it's Battle Royale, and it's got classes, but I mean, honestly, the impact of the classes doesn't feel that big. I think it's partly because since your abilities are loot pickups, I think it'd be more interesting if your classes were, no, these are the set abilities you have the whole time. And then maybe if they just, in general, kind of made a bit more of a difference. Because they don't, seriously, they just don't feel like they make as much of a difference as I would expect them to. That's the chicken skin you can get for $15, by the way. In case you were curious. A chicken trophy. I don't know why I need it, I just feel I want it. Yeah, it's... I don't think it's really all that bad, but it's an alpha, it's hard to tell. I'm gonna go now, because I don't know what to say anymore.